Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Today I'm talking about this. It is the Nutra Nail Gel Perfect 5-minute gel colour manicure, and it's basically gel nails, you know, like shellac or gelish, that sets without a UV lamp. So really interesting, I thought, and I couldn't wait for it to come out. It was a little bit difficult because as far as I know it's only on the website in Boots. I'm sure it'll be in the stores soon, but it's definitely not in the stores today. I had a look and it's not in there yet, but it's online, you can buy them. The trouble is online it's really hard to see the colours, but actually I'm pretty pleased with this colour that I got. I got the colour Dahlia, which is like the Rouge Noir from Chanel. It's a really dark black red type colour. So this is what the box looks like, sorry. Then you get an instruction manual, which is really good, and it's actually a very good instruction leaflet, sorry I should say. And then you get 3 products that you need to put the nail polish on. And I'm going to do a tutorial at the end of this, but I'll just talk you through everything and kind of what I think before you decide, and then you can watch me doing it at the end and see if it's something you fancy doing. So you get the nail polish, which is this one here. So it's a fairly small bottle actually, it's just a little 5ml bottle, so maybe about the size of the Mavala nail polishes. You then get a brush cleaner. Now, although that looks the colour of this, it's actually clear, it comes clear. And then you get this activator, which looks like a little bottle of glue. So all of this costs £14.99, and it's more or less everything you need to do your nails. It does say to buff your nails to take the shine away before using this, and there isn't a buffer included in the set, so you do need something to buff it with. And you also need kind of kitchen roll or an old towel that you can wipe off the brushes and to kind of on your surface. But you don't need a lamp, you don't need you know, cotton wool. There's no product that you need to wipe off at the end, or prep product or anything like that. It's just these 3 that you need. So the way this works is you've buffed your nail and you put on a layer of activator on 3 nails, and this is very specific. You put it onto 3 nails. Now before that's dry, you then immediately put on the nail polish. And like I said, it needs to be before this dries because the 2 more or less need to mix together. Then you go to the other 2 nails and do the first coat. So you need to be careful of the 3 nails that you've done. So you then put the activator on the other 2 nails, and again before it's dried you put your first coat on of your nail polish. And then you're kind of done with the first coat, and what you need to do then is take the brush cleaner, take the nail polish, and you take the brush and wipe it onto kitchen roll or a towel or whatever you're using, and then you swap the brushes over and then you use the brush cleaner. So it's obviously something that clogs up very quickly, and that's why you have to switch it over, and that's before doing your second coat. So you then do exactly the same thing again. You put a coat of activator over the 3 nails where you've already done 1 coat, and you immediately put your nail polish over the 3. Then you go back with the activator on the 2, put another coat of nail polish over it, and then the final step is to put a final coat of activator over all of the nails, and then you just wait for them to dry, which can take up to 3 minutes, I think it is, or is it 2? What it actually says is 30 seconds, but then when you look at the troubleshooter, which is another really good thing, this leaflet is really good. The troubleshooter will tell you what to do if the product isn't setting, what to do if the surface isn't smooth, if the brush hardens, if the colour thickens, if the product gets on the skin. It's got a list of kind of what to do if this happens. And it does say if the product does not set completely in 2 to 3 minutes, and then it gives you the kind of fix as to what to do, and it tells you what you've done wrong as well. But I did find that I needed to wait longer than that, because on one of them I pressed it and it did make a mark on it, and that was within about a minute. So I would wait the full 2 minutes, say, before you see if it's set. So that's how you use it, and it does absolutely work. So now what do I think about kind of the application, etc.? So I have actually done my kind of typical comparing it, and I compared it to the Boots Sensational, so I'll kind of read that out to you at the end and tell you what I think about that. But yeah, to talk about the actual product, I think it's really tricky to use. That was my major problem with it. It's kind of like, you know, if you've got a bowl of water and you put a little bit of paint in it and it kind of spreads out. That's what happens when you put the nail polish on. So you need to be extremely light-handed, extremely precise and extremely careful when you're applying it. And like I said, it's almost like you just put one little bit in the middle and let it spread out. to me that means that you haven't got much control over it, and especially like I've done it on my toes, and especially on the smaller toes it was really hard to have any control over it. So I did find that difficult, and I would say if you are a beginner that this set is not for you. You would be much better with the lamp, because with the lamp you can either do 4 nails at once, you can do 1 nail at a time, you can do 4 nails base coat and then 4 nails top coat and then 4 nails, colour then top coat, or you can just take it one at a time. You can kind of do it at your own pace, and there is no rush with the polish. Like, you can take as long as you like to get the polish perfect before curing it. With this, as soon as you put the activator on, you need to put the polish on. So I felt rushed and I felt like I don't have long to get this ready. And I'm pretty experienced in nails. I put it on my hands. Did I put it on my whole hands? I think I just put it on my 2 thumbnails to kind of test it out, and my toes. My toes is what I tried it on first. It's still on my toes. It's been on my toes for a week and it hasn't chipped, so that's really good. But on my thumbs where I tried it, this one came out lovely. This one, where I had put too much product, it had kind of run down to the sides and almost created, you know, kind of gone over my cuticles and was really hard to file. I couldn't really sort that out, and I would have needed to take it all off and do it all again for it to look perfect. So that point, like I said, was a little bit of a no-no for me, and something I wouldn't recommend it for beginners, or only get this if you're really, really comfortable in doing your nails. So that was the first thing. When it was on, when it dried, which it did do, like I said, it took maybe up to 2 minutes, I would say, before checking that it was dry. On this thumb, where I had not touched it at all in that 2 minutes, the shine was beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and it did look perfect. On this one, however, after about a minute, I think I had touched it here and it made a little mark on it, which kind of spoiled that shiny effect. But what you need to do if that happens is just put another coat of this activator on it, and there doesn't seem to be much activator here, so I'm not sure how long these would last themselves. You'd maybe need to purchase more activator. So the finish was absolutely lovely, very, very shiny, a little bit kind of raggedy at the end, and I didn't want to file it because, again, I thought you have to kind of put this activator over what they call the free edge, which is the end of your fingernail. So that would kind of defeat the purpose, and it may come off quicker if you do that. But like I said, it was a little bit rough feeling at the end. But other than that, it looked really, really nice. Now, I can't talk about how long it lasted because I took it off, which I'll tell you why in a second. But I think it would last a long time. Like I said, on my toes, it's been on for a week now and no chipping at all. It's absolutely fine. But obviously your hands are a little bit harder wearing. But it looked exactly like a gel nail polish does. It didn't look like it was about to chip or anything like that. You know, it felt really, really secure, if that makes sense. So I've done both of my nails, and to be honest, I wasn't going to do my whole set of nails because under this blue polish I've actually got my Boots Sensational gel polish on, and I only did that about a week ago, and that lasts a good 3 weeks. I really like it. It's a lot of hassle to take off, and I wasn't about to do that, but I thought, well, maybe I can have this as my accent nail, but then it didn't really fit in with the colour scheme on my nails. So what I thought I would do is paint over it, which is what I do with my gel nails. So on my gel nails here, I've got a Chanel nail polish, and when I get bored of this, or if this chips, which normal nail polish obviously does, I would just take this off with normal nail varnish remover, and I would still have my shiny gel polish underneath. So I just foolishly assumed that you could do that with this as it was like gel nail polish, but you can't. So that was the lesson I learned firstly. So I put nail polish on top of the gel nail, the finished gel nail polish, but I didn't like that colour, and I thought, oh no, I don't like that colour, I want another colour. So I wiped it off with nail polish remover, and it just completely took the shine off and made it kind of tacky. So I don't think you're supposed to do that. Now, I could have put this on top, I think, and made another shiny top coat, but you don't really want to have to do that. For me, that's what I love about gel nails, that I can put any colour I like on, or most colours, because some of them don't sit very well on it, but most colours, and then I can just wipe it off with any nail polish, even acetone. If you do it quickly, it doesn't, you know, take the shine off, it doesn't take the top off, it doesn't make it tacky or anything. So I thought I would be smart and with the left thumb take it off, put some nail varnish on, and try taking it off with non-acetone nail polish remover, which I also have, but it had the same effect. It just completely took the shine away and made it kind of tacky. So it's clearly, if you're going to use this, you need to want to have it on and not put nail polish on and off on top of it. Which, I mean, maybe some people don't do that anyway. In fact, I think I'm probably one of the unusual ones that does like to put normal nail polish on top and take it off. So that may be fine for a lot of people. So then finally it was down to the removal, because I thought, well, now I've got this tacky edge, tacky top, I want to actually remove the polish and see how easy it is to remove. And that's where it kind of is much easier than the gel nail polish. It just took a couple of minutes. So I did the foil thing. If you don't know how to remove them, I'll link my how I remove my gel nails video. But I just literally put some acetone on a little piece of cotton wool, wrapped it in foil, did something for a couple of minutes, and then it just wiped off. You didn't need a tool, you didn't need to like tease it off, you could literally just wiped it off and your nail was clean. So it's very, very easy to remove. So I think all in all there's kind of good points and bad points. I just have a look at my little list here, comparing it to Boots Sensation Nail, which is the gel nail where you do need a lamp. The price is £15 for Sensation Nail polishes, but for this one it's £14.99. So the same price point, however, you will also need to buy the lamp if you want the gel nails. Ease of application for Sensation Nail is much easier, much easier, and less faff. So you need to do a base coat, 2 coats of nail polish, and a top coat with Sensation Nail, and there is no... all the nail polishes are the same consistency, very easy to apply, very easy to get a smooth finish. Yeah, just very easy. Whereas with this one, there's faffing, a lot of faffing, and it's not easy to apply. So the faffing is you have to constantly change the brushes and clean the brushes and wipe the brushes, and you need to do 3 nails and then 2 nails, and you need to do it immediately after you've put the activator on. There's no time in between or anything. So for ease of application, Sensation Nail wins hands down. For the appearance of them, as to how shiny and smooth they are, I would say they're exactly the same. The appearance when done, they're both very, very shiny, really professional looking finish. The longevity of them, I can't really comment. Like I said, I think my toenails have been on for a week, no problem. I really do feel like they would last as long as a normal gel polish, because that's what it felt like, but I can't 100% say that. Removal, this polish is the Nutra Nail, not the Sensation Nail, is much easier to remove, much easier. So if you're somebody that really hates the removal process and likes to change your polishes quite a lot, and so wants there to be an easier removal, but you don't want to put normal nail polish on top, then this one might appeal to you. And then finally, just about the colour range, in the Sensation Nail range there's 30 nail polishes and colours. In this there is currently 8, but what I would say about that is there is some good colours in that 8, and I'm sure they will expand it if it becomes popular, as that's what happened with Sensation Nail. I think there was only, you know, 10 colours maybe out to begin with, and now they've expanded the range. So they've got the usual, like they've got this really dark red, they've got a really bright red, they've got a really nice pink, they've got a kind of plummy purple colour. Yeah, just kind of the usual colours you would expect. So the winner for me personally is the gel polish, and I won't buy any more of this Nutra Nail, and it's very unlikely I'll use it again, just like I said, because of the faffing, because of the lack of control on application. I'm not really a patient person. I like to do things where I've got control and I can do it in my own time and I'm not rushed, but that it dries really quickly, and you know, it would take me just as long. And I suppose because I've got the lamp as well, it's an easier decision to make. Whereas if you don't have the lamp, then this might be ideal for you. So anyway, that's enough about it. I'm going to do a little tutorial now so that you can see what it looks like and what you have to do. But bear in mind that because I'm doing it on one nail, it might not look as faffy because we won't need to clean the brush. Whereas if you were doing it, you do 3 nails, 2 nails, clean the brush, and then another coat. You won't see that part with me doing it on just one nail. You'll just see the application and what it looks like. So if you'd like to see how it's actually done, then keep watching. Okay, so first things first, we're going to use this activator and put this all over the thumb. So and you coat it all and then put it along the free edge. So that's what the free edge is, just the end there. Hopefully you can see that. And then quickly, before it dries, you take your polish and put your polish on. Now for me, the best way to do it is to just take an amount and put it in the middle of the nail. Can I get this in the camera? and you're trying to mix it, and even there actually I don't know whether that's mixed okay, because it looked like it might have dried a little bit. You see how quickly you have to do it. So yeah, I don't know whether that has done enough. But that's the first coat on, and it tells you that don't worry about it being streaky on the first coat, because apparently it says you can correct it on the second coat. I didn't find that, but don't worry certainly if it's streaky on the first coat. So next you would put another coat of activator on. I'll just leave that to dry for just a couple of minutes, because normally you would be doing the 3 nails, then your 2 nails, and then coming back to them after kind of washing the brush and whatnot. So we'll give it just a little minute. Okay, so then I will put another coat of activator on top of that. And I think you can be quite generous. I think the point is to be quite generous with the activator. And then again, quickly get hold of this polish and put that on. It's really hard trying to do this on camera. Okay, so that's the second coat. And then just wait for that to dry, because again you would now be doing your next nails along and waiting for that to dry a little bit. And while we're just waiting for that to dry, I will tell you that I didn't use their removal kit. You can buy a removal kit from them, which looks pretty cool actually, because you just put your nails into, it's like a bag of cotton wool really, with acetone already in it, whereas I just used acetone and cotton wool and foil. So but you can buy their set if you like. That would probably be very easy to use. So I think that's probably done now. So then the final step is just to put another coat of activator on top. So I'm just going to get as much activator as I can on top of this, and then put it over the top. And that's kind of the final sealant, if you like. And then that's what air dries and kind of sets it. And that's what the final nail looks like. So you just sit and wait for it to dry, and then you go. You don't need to do absolutely anything else after doing that. You're all ready to go. So that's me done just that one nail, and I've just touched it and it still feels tacky. Actually, it only feels tacky a little bit in a few places. And then, like I said, it's got this troubleshooting thing, which is really, really good. So it says surface not smooth. So it says if the product does not set completely in 2 to 3 minutes, or the surface stays tacky, you have used too much gel colour. So in that application there, I used too much of the polish. And too little activator. The activator dried before the gel colour was applied. Now, do you remember I said I felt like maybe on that first coat the gel activator had already dried. Now you don't seem to, where's the bottle gone? You don't seem to get very much in this bottle, and it seems to be quite hard to actually get a lot out. It's not like nail polish, because it's got that sort of bit where it takes some of it off, you know, it's quite a thin opening. So I feel like it's quite hard to get a lot of activator, and like I said, it wouldn't last very long at all. But it says here the fix is, if slightly tacky, run hands under cold water for a few seconds to set. If very tacky, apply another coat of activator and gel colour, making sure to use more activator and less gel colour. Do not let activator dry before applying the gel colour. However, I found like if I applied the activator on its own, that it did actually work. Now you can see where I was checking this after about a minute, there's kind of finger marks on it where I have touched it to see if it was dry after about a minute, and it wasn't. And the only thing you can do to get rid of those is to put another coat of this on, and I did that and just let it dry, and then it seemed to be fine. So but you can see that even with me applying it, it's gone into kind of the edges here, which I will need to file off, and yeah, it just doesn't feel like a very smooth finish. So thank you for listening to me moan. I hope it wasn't too negative. I did really want to give a rounded view as opposed to being too negative about it, but as you can tell, it's not really for me. I just think it's too messy, it's too difficult to control, too difficult to get a perfect finish, and I don't have the patience for that. But it might appeal to somebody if you don't have the lamp already and you just want to try it. Actually, where it might be good for is if you feel like you have enough experience and you can handle it and you can be patient and you can, well, I say be patient, you can be patient and you can act quickly to get a good finish. It would be good for like going on holiday. So if you bought just one polish and you wanted to save that for like going on holiday or occasions where you weren't going to have time to do your nails, then I think it would be really good for that. Yeah, so thank you very much for joining me, and any questions, stick them in the comments, and I'll speak to you again very soon.